Today let us start our day for coding. Today let us learn how to format the text by using different styles. Let me go into my text.html. I have given here the title as text formatting. Now let us enter into our body. Now let us start giving h1 or h1 element. I'm going to write here now, this is my text. This is normal text. Let me write it as this is normal text. Now I want to copy this. Let me take it as h1. Let me copy this. Let us do Ctrl+C and copy this for 7 times. Now let us see different types of text formatting. Here let me give it as, let me go with the second one, and here let me give it as bold. Let me give it as bold. And here let me give as italic. Let me paste this in tag, cut from here, Ctrl+X, and just let me place here, Ctrl+V, and here let me give me as underline, and even cut this from here and just give it here. Now here let me take as delete DL element called, just do the same thing, cut it from here. And these are different types of formattings, and once let us check before Ctrl+S and go with your live server. Here as you can see, you have been observed different types. Here you have been observed, this is a normal text. First one is a normal text, and this is a bold text, and this is in italic. Normal text is in italic, and this is deleted, this is underline, and this is deleted text. And let us go back to our code and write like big text. Just cut it and place it at the end of the content. Now here just write as small text. We can format in different styles. Control S, just paste it here as Control V and go here. Now go for subscript and superscript option. Now here just say, look at this, it is going, now the text will go below the baseline. Subscript, it is going to the below the baseline. Now let me go for superscript, this is above the baseline. Now let us go with mark, and this is very super special text formatting we will observe in our output. Just to Control X and paste it here, just save your file and let us go and check in our live server. Here as you observed, as you can see here, the last one has been marked. This is normal text. As you can observe our formatting, we have taken the text has been transformed into bold, italic, underline and deleted. There is a mark in the middle with the deleted and with the big, and the text has been transformed into a bigger size than remaining, and it has been transformed into smaller size than remaining. And subscript, as you have seen the subscript, this is a base, this is the normal text, it is a baseline. Now below the baseline, due to the format of subscript option, here it came to the below the baseline. Now this is superscript, it came above the baseline, this is normal text. And the last one, as we have taken the mark element, it came as marked at the background with the yellow color. And this is how we are going to do the formatting. And now let us do a small horizontal line. Let us take a horizontal line. Or let me delete all this. Okay, now let us start about span and div. What is span and what is div? Here comes span. There both are the group elements that we can do style to our text of HTML. Now let us start doing the span. Before that let me take H1 and let me write here coding with Lavanya. Now let me copy, let me take a paragraph P let me go for Chrome and take some paragraph. If you take the lorem, even you will get. I have pasted some paragraph here. Now inside this, let me write the span. Span is called as inline element. Okay, it is an inline, so we have to write inside this h1 now, not inside of the tag, opening tag. Just let me close. Here I am going to use my span element like span span. It is used for styling of HTML. It is called as a group element. Now let me remove this span and just put it here. Div and span are both group elements of HTML. Now what is the difference of span and div? Let us see. Span is an inline and whereas div is a block container. And let me write and show you here the comment of span and div. Span is a inline group element. Inline group element, and let me close this span and take the div. Div divides. Div is a block of group elements. Block of group elements. Now in the paragraph, let me take it as div. In the paragraph, otherwise let me copy this once, h12, and let me do Control C and just Control V here, and I took one h1 element and paragraph and just I repeated this, and let us do the span here, and even the same thing I am repeating in the span, in the P paragraph. I'm just taking span element again. Now let me close and just copy from here and paste it at the end. And let me paste before the end element of the paragraph. Okay, now let us check this. Let me take this h1 as div. Let me change even here also as div, and let me go to the paragraph element. Here also let me give it as div. It is going to divide. Just do control V here, and let us go to our live server and check. Do control S and go to our live server and check what are the difference between span and div, and you will able to understand it now. Now you have been understood what is div and what is span. And let me show you by applying background color. Now both it is just like a paragraph. Both are visible for you like a paragraph. Coding with Lavanya and coding with Lavanya. We took two paragraphs, and now let me show you the difference of the span. And I am going to apply now styling. Both are used for styling. Up to now there were no changes, but now let us see the styling between the both. After applying little bit of styling, you will come to know these both are used for styling purpose. And in span I am going to give here a style equal to, these are called as inline elements. I am going to give, and there are inline, internal and external elements, attributes where we are going to color by using CSS. Now in inline, let me know you that here style, I am going to give the color. Now let me give the color. Let me give the background color. Let me give background color to the heading. Let me give it as tomato. Yes, got it. And for the paragraph, even you apply the style and give one more color and give the background color as, let me give it as, black, and let me give the text color as white. Now same thing in the div section. It is also the inline element that we are going to color. Let me take the style and apply background here, background color. Now take it as aqua or take it as blue, and if you want to take any other like pink, let me take it as pink. And now just now here in the div, even in the div, let me apply style and take the background color and let it be like violet or any other. Let me do changes by taking blue. Let me apply it as some green. Okay, now just do control S and go to your live server and check this. Here, as you have observed, coding with Lavanya, this is only just for the content. Only up to the content you are saying that the background has been applied, and even for the black, only just for the content. But when that is only for the span, it is applied only the wherever the content is there, only that background the coloring has been applied. Where coming to the div, the whole width of the content has been applied as color background. And to show you little more clear, let me in the span, to show you little bit clearly, let me reduce the paragraph little bit. Paragraph lines little bit and show you. That is in div now. I have to show you in the here. Let me decrease. And even here let me decrease some lines so that you will understand. Now just do Ctrl S and go back to your live server. And see here, at the end of this, you will be see that it is ended. The background also ended up to there. But coming to the div, this is coding with Lavanya only up to 3 words. But coding with Lavanya, this is only up to 3 words. But this whole width has been taken and colored. And but here only coding with Lavanya has been colored. And let me do the background like little bit border and show you. Here let me apply border like let me take it 2 pixel, 2 pixel solid, Ctrl S and show me the difference. Here see, coding with Lavanya. It has been bordered. It has been bordered up to only to the content. Now let us go back to our code and let me show you. Today let us learn different types of list. And in the body section, I'm going to write unordered list. What is unordered list? Let me explain. Unordered list, that means without numbering. Without numbering. Now before that let me go to H1 element at the beginning. H1. Okay, now let me take groceries. Groceries that we need in the house. Now let me go for the unordered list. UL element stands for unordered list. Then let me write here. Let me write it as a comment. Unordered list. Now in unordered list, let me list out the groceries that I require. Let it be like milk, morning milk. Let it be like milk. And before that, before taking this milk, let me copy this for 3 or 4 times so that I can make it little bit quick. Ctrl V. Okay. Now let me write it as milk. And here let me write it as coffee. Next let me write it as eggs. And one more like bread. And one more like coffee beans. And inside the unordered list, we can take one more unordered list that is called as nested list. Inside the loop, we are having one more loop. That means that is called as unordered list. Now let me add some more like sugar. Let me add in the second list. Let me add it as second supplementaries for required in my groceries, like list. Now let me copy this. Let me do as Control V and take 3 or 4 items in my list. Now let me add it as sugar. Here like cream, and here like boost, and let me add one more like powder or tea leaves. Now here this is called as nested list, and this is unordered list. In different type, I said two different types of list. In different types of list there are two types, unordered list and ordered list. Now we had gone with unordered list, and let us do Ctrl S and check our output. Let me open. As you are seeing, groceries is H1 and milk, coffee, eggs, bread, coffee beans, and next sugar, cream, boost, tea leaves. In the this is like nested list. Okay, now let us come to our code and write the ordered list. Now let me write it as ordered list. For that, let me start comment. Ordered list. Now let me write it as OL ordered list. In between these ordered list, let me start my list of items I require. And let me copy same thing in the ordered list. Let me copy it. In ordered list, let me take some books, stationery required to the students like books, and let me take it as pencil box, and let me take it as crayons, and let me take it as sheets, and let me take it as note, and just before one thing, and let us take like erasers or like pens. Okay, now let us check this. Let us do Ctrl S and check this ordered list, and what is difference between the ordered list and unordered list we'll come to know. See, groceries, milk, coffee, eggs, bread, and coffee beans are like bullets, and we're coming, these are up to ordered list, unordered list, and below are the ordered list. And let me change the heading in the code so that you can understand. Groceries, unordered, and coming to, let me take here one more heading like H2 or H1. We take it as H1. Stationary, let me write it like stationary. Stationary ordered. Just do Ctrl S and go back to your code and check. Groceries unordered, it is like bullets, and stationary ordered, it is like numbering. When we want to number something, like number the content something, we have to take as ordered list, and when we want to mention the numbering, we can take it as unordered list. And let us go to the code back and let us learn how to create a table in the HTML. Before creating a table, let me explain about one more type of list, that is description list. Now let me write me the comment like description. Description list. It is the description list. For this we have to take pair of description list, like it is like definition, description, term. That means, now let me go for a tag and write here as description list. Let me explain this. Now once go to the Google Chrome. Here there are some new English words and their meanings, like contactless, not involving contact either physically or technology. In this way, now when we want to add some description for a word, okay, for a definition, like contactless is definition here, and not involving contact is definition, and whereas contactless is description term. Now let me go back and explain you in the VS Code. Now before that, let me copy it from here. Let me copy the term, whatever I want to explain the definition. Just copy the contactless and let me paste in my code. See here. Now before pasting here, in description list, this is a description list. As a unordered list, I took in that the list items what I want to purchase. In the same way, in the description list, I have to take one more, like DT, or it may be DT description term. It is DT, okay, DT, and enclose this DT. That means description term, whatever the term I want. Now I need to take it and let me do paste here. Now let me take what is for explaining what is the term, that I need to give some definition of that term. So let me take it as D. Let me take the DD. That is called as, and let me give here the comment for what is DT and DL. DL is description list as above, but DT is description term. This is description term, and let me give for DD also a comment. This is description definition. Now let me write the definition here. Go to the Chrome and let me take the definition from here, or if you know, you can directly add some definition. Let me take here and paste it there in the code. Let me paste Ctrl V. Now in the same way, let me apply this for 2-3 times. Just copy from here to here. Just do Ctrl C and paste it here for repeated times. Now just do Ctrl S and check in the now as you have seen here, it is just like as you have seen here, groceries unordered list and the stationery ordered list. And let me give you a name for description list also. Taking the H1, let me take the element H1 again, and give here as description list. Let me give it as description list, and let me do Ctrl S and show you in the server. Okay, description list here, contactless, not involving contact either physically or technologically. In this way, we have the definition and the term and the definition. This is a description list. Inside the description list itself, we have the term and the definition. This is how we about the different types of list. And now let us go for creating table in HTML. As you have seen, I have given comment creating table in HTML, and now let me take one H3 tag. Here let me write down storehouses. That means storehouses. Or store hours. It is not storehouses, store hours. Now let me take table. Now let me take a table by mentioning the element called T, by mentioning a name called table. And inside this table, now let me write it as table row. Inside the table, I want to use it as table row. Inside this table row, I want to give my table data, or I want to give my table head. First of all, let me give my table head th. Table head, you can take it as th. Now let me repeat this th for number of times. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, let me take it for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Now let me mention in here like Sunday to Monday, Here let me put it as Monday. Here as Tuesday. Here as Wednesday. And coming to here as Thursday. And here as Friday. Saturday. One, two, three, four, five. Now let me give the data inside this. Now let me give data inside this. For this, let me mention on Sunday it is like holiday. That means it is closed. It is closed. Sunday is closed. And let me make this table. Okay. And here let me write it as table data. It is opened from 9 to 5. 9 to 5. 9 to 5 hours of working day. And let me copy this. Control C and paste it for remaining. Morning to evening, it is paste open for 9 to 5. Now let me do Control S and let me show you this in my live server. See this. Store hours Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now let me apply some border for this. Go to your code. Now as I said, it is a table. In the table here itself, without taking the style attribute, now let me give it as border like 1. Just to Control S and check what happened inside the code. Store hours Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And let me apply coloring little bit, and let me even apply it as center. Table row align, let me align it as center. Just do Control S and check. Yes, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday has been applied to center. Now go back to your code, and if you change here border 2, just check with this. If you change to border 4, Control S and check, are there any changes here? It has been, width has been increased. In the same way, let me increase my width of the size here a little more, like 10. Do just Control S and C. It is looking like a real table with some content inside it. And let us go back. Let us go back to our code. Let us do color. Now here mention like table style, background color, like aqua. Control S and check in a live server. Yes, Sunday to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if you want to change the row into different color, even you can do it in the code. Table row, you can mention style here, style attribute even, and mention the color like red or tomato. Control S and just go for your yes, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it is closed. And thank you, keep watching.